The Quest for the Blue Balloon.
A Prescription Joy Healthcare Clown Journey. Illustrated by Leon Hollins III.
Read for your pleasure by Owen Ever
and Jessica Lozano. Thanks to the attentive Child Life staff at Children's Hospital New Orleans,
Lo and Al knew two things about the new friend they were about to meet. She loves the outdoors and is a voracious reader.
With this generous information, the duo decided to enter not as the usual clowns, but as two characters in search of an author.
At once, Al was in a particular bind, as he had been left hanging on a cliff, unsure what would happen next. To great relief, the young author valiantly grabbed the proverbial pen held out to her and set to work creating an adventure, one that would begin by being brave enough to jump. Al landed in the ocean.
And Lo, who bravely followed after, landed in a desert. It was clear that the two needed to reunite, particularly because Lo was parched and in her sandy circumstances.
And Al, well, he was swimming in shark water. In addition to this mission, our author penned a bespoke quest for flailing Al. He would need to find a blue balloon and retrieve a pencil from inside.
But first, the reunion. Summoning the power of magical realism and remembering her favorite word learned from her papa, our author delightfully yelled out the magic word, rutabaga.
And voila, the two clown pals were together again. Unfortunately, the certainly salty water provided by Al only managed to make matters worse as it transformed Lo into a land shark.
But have no fear. Our ever-clever author transmorgified the water into apple juice, a miraculous intervention, and restored Lo's goofy visage. With another cry of rutabaga, the two were off to the next chapter of their quest.
A momentary note. Should you ever find yourself in need of a change of mood or circumstance, we cannot recommend enough the trick of squealing rutabaga. If it worked for two clowns trapped in a desert and an ocean, certainly it will work for you sitting on a Zoom call or waiting in line at the grocery store. Consider this a gift from our author.
Suddenly, the two sleuths found themselves launched into international intrigue. They were in Paris. Despite looking positively debonair in red berets,
Lo and Al were not quite as eloquent in the French language as our author would have liked them to be.
So she rutabagged them back to a magical theme park, replete with rides and characters. Here, the clowns were informed of the importance of blending in as they searched for the blue balloon. Lo dexterously assumed the character of a pirate, eye patch, sneer, and all.
Al, on the other hand, struggled with keeping a low profile, every attempt being met with the exasperated giggle of
"Too suspicious" from the author. Note: should you ever need to stealthily blend into your environment, a rubber chicken, a rat with glitter top hat, and an oversized whistle are not recommended. Consider this a benevolent lagniappe from the author.
Despite these flummoxes, Al managed to make his way to a pirate.
Lo, who you'll remember is now disguised as a pirate, requested of befuddled Al that he hand over his rubber chicken. No one, not even our author, knew what would come next.
Suspense mounted, and at last the chicken was revealed to have been
given an elegant, slightly reminiscent of Great Gatsby, feathered deco ball gown and glittering jewels. Recognizing there was only one place appropriate for such fashionable attire, our author swiftly invented a dance hall for the clowns and their party foul.
Over the sound of music and fireworks, Lo could barely hear Al explaining his need for blue balloons, and mistakenly kept handing him fruit.
Fortunately, our omniscient author realized that the fruit would turn into blue balloons by saying 3 magic words,
which you too will know if you bravely listen to the end of this story.
With joy they yelled their magic words. Their hearts swelled, and at last the quest was fulfilled.
Al had his blue balloon, from which he retrieved a pencil. With this pencil he offered to return the favor and write down our author's favorite memory.
After a brief contemplation,
she began to describe the time
2 clowns came into her hospital room.
Dear author, it is an honor to be humble fools
in the great adventure of your magical life.
Owen here. When doing this work, we're often reminded that every circumstance is an opportunity to make new friends and invent new wonder. What adventure will you go on today? P.S.
The magic words are
alligator, marvelous,
and rutabaga.